Trump ends the longest government shutdown ever and stops penny production after 232 years. Back in India, Delhi Red Fort blast is confirmed as a terror attack, uncovering a bigger serial plot. With the US praising India's probe, call for a separate North Karnataka state are making headlines, and Bihar braces for election results. And Lakshadweep will get clean water from India's first OSEC plant. And Stranger Things is back for its final season. Let's dive into all the latest updates. US Secretary of State Marco Rubio called the Delhi Red Fort explosion a terrorist attack, praising India's measured and professional investigation. Speaking at the G7 foreign ministers meeting in Canada, Rubio said the car blast near the Red Fort killed many and was clearly terrorism. He confirmed speaking with Indian Foreign Minister S. Jaishankar and said the US offered help. Though India was very capable of handling the probe, Indian authorities have linked the attack to Pakistan-based groups Jaish-e-Mohammed and Ansar Ghazwat-ul-Hind, uncovering a white-collar militant network of professionals. Police raids between October 19 and November 10th seized nearly 3,000 kilos of explosive and led to multiple arrests. The US response reflects growing trust in India's counterterrorism capabilities. Calling it a terror attack while commending India's restraint shows diplomatic maturity. The discovery of a white-collar militant network is alarming, underscoring how terrorism is evolving beyond traditional profiles, demanding stronger intelligence sharing and vigilance from both nations. US President Donald Trump signed a funding bill on November 12th, ending the record 43-day government shutdown, the longest in US history. The bill, passed by both the Senate and the House, restores federal operations and funds key programs like SNAP, WIC, and Veterans Services through 2026. The shutdown began over disputes tied to an Obamacare-related program opposed by Republicans. While signing the bill, Trump accused Democrats of extortion, saying, "We will never give in to extortion." He added that his administration would now focus on reducing living costs, restoring public safety, and making America affordable again. Trump also signaled openness to working with Congress on new healthcare reforms to replace what he called Obamacare madness. Intelligence agencies revealed a larger terror plot behind the Delhi Red Fort blast, saying suspects plan to rig 32 vehicles and explosives for serial attacks. The Monday explosion near Lal Killa Metro killed at least 10 and injured over 20. The NIA, now leading the probe, found live cartridges and multiple explosives at the site. Investigators believe prime suspect Dr. Umar Nabi accidentally triggered the blast while transporting materials in an I-20 car. DNA from the vehicle matched his mother's, confirming his identity. Prime Minister Narendra Modi visited the injured at LNGP Hospital, and the cabinet labeled the incident a terror attack. Reaffirming India's zero-tolerance stance on terrorism, security remains tight across Delhi.
बहुत भारी मन से आया हूं। कल शाम दिल्ली में हुई भयावह घटना ने सभी के मन को व्यथित कर दिया है। मैं पीड़ित परिवारों का दुख समझता हूं। आज पूरा देश उनके साथ खड़ा है। मैं कल रात भर इस घटना की जांच में जुटी सभी एजेंसियों के साथ, सभी महत्वपूर्ण लोगों के साथ संपर्क में था, विचार विमर्श चलता था, जानकारियों के तार जोड़े जा रहे थे। हमारी एजेंसियां इस षड्यंत्र की तह तक जाएगी। इसके पीछे के षड्यंत्रकारियों को बख्शा नहीं जाएगा. All those responsible will be brought to justice.
Kagawad MLA Baramagora Kage has renewed the demand for a separate North Karnataka state, citing neglect and uneven development. In a letter to Chief Minister Siddaramaiah and Prime Minister Narendra Modi, Kage proposed forming a new state comprising 30 northern districts, including Belagavi, Kalaburagi, and Dharwad. He supported the decade-old Uttara Karnataka Horata Samiti campaign, which claims to have collected 10 million signatures for statehood. Criticizing the government for ignoring regional needs, Kage said flood-hit farmers remain uncompensated and accused the administration of inaction. He also announced he would forego allowances in protest. Regional groups warned they would host the North Karnataka flag at the Suvarna Vidhana Saudha if the demand is ignored. Bihar Assembly elections 2025 concluded after two-phase polling on November 6 and 11, recording a historic 66.91% turnout and the highest since 1951. Results will be declared on November 14th. Exit polls predict a clear edge for the BJP-JDU-led NDA, projecting 121 to 209 seats, while the Mahagathbandhan is expected to get 30 to 218. The majority mark is 122. However, RJD leader Tejasvi Yadav and other opposition figures rejected the exit polls, urging people to wait for real results. The NDA remains confident, dismissing anti-incumbency claims, while pollsters suggest minimal impact from Prashant Kishore's Jan Swaraj party, which is likely to win between 0 and 5 seats. Security has been tightened ahead of counting day. The United States has officially stopped minting pennies after 232 years to cut cost, with the last coin struck on November 12, 2025 at the Philadelphia Mint. Treasurer Brandon Beach led the ceremony, marking the end of production, while around 300 billion pennies will remain in circulation. Producing each penny cost over 3 cents, prompting the government to end the loss-making practice. First proposed by President Donald Trump, the move aims to reduce unnecessary spending. Introduced in 1792, the penny's composition shifted from pure copper to copper-plated zinc in 1982. Yet rise in production cost made its continuation unsustainable. The outlawed Communist Party of India has condemned two senior members, Sonu and Satish, for surrendering to authorities in Maharashtra and Chhattisgarh, accusing them of betraying the revolution and distorting the party's political line. The statement, issued by the Maoist Central Committee on November 5th, described the leader as politically degenerated and accused them of collaborating with the state. Bastar IG Sundaraj P said the reaction reflects growing internal rifts and frustration within the group, as several senior cadres abandoned violence and embraced rehabilitation. He added that the Maoist movement is losing relevance in Bastar amid peace and development efforts, urging remaining members to surrender and join the mainstream. Starting in 2026, Lakshadweep will receive clean water powered by clean energy through India's first ocean thermal energy conversion plant, developed by the National Institute of Ocean Technology, located in Kavaratti. The plant will generate 60 kilowatts of power from ocean temperature differences to run a desalination unit producing 150,000 liters of potable water daily. Currently, all desalination plants in the islands rely on diesel generators. NIOA Director Professor Balaji Ramakrishnan said the OTEC initiative marks a step forward sustainable development. NIOT also unveils Manas 1.1, an autonomous surface craft for coastal ocean surveys and environmental monitoring. Australia's standing captain Steve Smith has questioned England's decision to field an all-pace attack for the first Ashes test in Perth, saying they might be going the wrong way. England's fast bowlers including Mark Wood and Zofra Archer, all exceed 145 km per hour as they aim to win their first Ashes series in Australia since 2011. Smith suggested that seam and swing bowlers might have been more effective in pulse conditions. Noting that England would be misjudging the balance, this will also mark England's first Ashes series in over a decade without veteran pacers James Anderson and Stuart Broad, who traditionally relied on swing over raw pace. Stranger Things is returning for its fifth and final season, marking the end of beloved Netflix science fiction saga created by the Duffer Brothers. The season will be released in three parts: Volume 1 on November 26, Volume 2 on December 25, and the finale on December 31st, 2025. The original Hawkins gang reunites to face Vecna in what promises to be the darkest and most emotional battle yet. Set under government-imposed quarantine, the story brings the series full circle as Eleven and her friends confront an ultimate evil threatening Hawkins one last time before saying goodbye. For more such global updates, subscribe to our channel, press the bell icon, and do visit our website.